So the NFL playoffs are here. Tracy, how are you feeling?
I can't wait. This is my favorite part of the season. We work so hard all year long to get to this point, and I love it. If you never know what's going to happen, every game matters. The teams have worked hard. It's just you get kind of goosebumps. We don't have Super Bowl this year, so this is our Super Bowl run, and you get those goosebumps as soon as you step out on the field during the playoffs.
Of course, we welcome you, Jim Nance, Tony Romo, to a nice 30-degree temperature here in Buffalo for game day. Let me ask you this. You travel city to city, game to game. What is it, at least from a city standpoint? We'll talk about the team in just a moment, but from a city standpoint, what do you think it is about Buffalo that sets it apart?
Yeah, first off, I'm going to take 30 degrees in January in Buffalo. And by the way, if you win and we're back there next week, I know it could change on a dime. So I will take 30 degrees anytime. What I love about Buffalo, and I spoke with Cortland Sutton of Denver just yesterday, and what he told me was it's a college atmosphere. And that he was exactly right. Those words are perfect. And I spent 10 years in the SEC. And that's the feeling I get when I step foot in the city and into that stadium. It's really intimate. The fans are all in it. And they're regulars. I absolutely love when I come out first time on the field and everyone's like, Tracy, because they remember me. I'm there all the time and they're all sitting in those same seats. And it really is. And everyone in Buffalo, just great people. They welcome you. They embrace you. I love how tough they are. I love how they come out in all elements and they gather together in difficult times. And there's really nothing like it. It's a very unique place to do a game.
You've really put it well said, because it's that Bills Mafia buzz, right? And I think that's something, you guys, the crew, the reporters, the commentators, you share in that excitement, right? So much so we see the CBS, the NFL Today crew, they take the show on the road for the first time. Nate Burleson's giving away his coat. They're lining up to jump through tables. Is that special? Does that make it more exciting for you when you share in the excitement of the fans?
Yes, I mean, no doubt that's what you want to be. You want to be part of it. You want to get those stories that they tell. You want to feel like you're in the know. And that's really makes you a better reporter. It makes the broadcast better. And certainly it makes you more comfortable to do your job. And you were right. When we were able to have our CBS studio on the road, it took it to another level. And now you saw we went back to Detroit to do it as well. And so, just sharing with Bills Mafia the excitement of this team, the success of the team. It's really been special to be a part of it.
So you talk about the excitement of this team. We got to talk about Josh Allen and the
You
guys.
do? Really?
What do you make of how their yeah, right? Do we have to? What do you make of how their season has gone?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people say, there was maybe some lower expectations as usual going into this year because of maybe the pieces around Josh Allen. And what I love about what he's done and this team has done and Sean McDermott's done is they've really embraced that. And they also have been able to win as a team. And it doesn't matter who's the star of that game. Josh is going to get them involved. There's, 10 different, receivers or running backs catching a ball, tight ends at any different time. Everyone's involved, and that's how they've had their success. And then, of course, it's Josh, Superman, MVP candidate. And it's what he has done this year. And I think he probably went in thinking this is, I'm going to have to do a lot more, not knowing who's going to step up, for him. And so he took really this team on his back from the start. And we saw it week in and week out with those heroic moments. And that's what makes them so dangerous. And yes, the injuries have been an issue at times, and maybe the defense isn't where it was in years past, but that's okay because Josh Allen is playing at an alien-like level. And so when he's playing that way and everyone can compliment him and not turn the ball over and force some turnovers, well, that's why they're in this position.
I love how you use the word, Superman, the hero, the alien like. There are so many special moments from this season alone. I mean, you could look back in past few years, but this season alone, do you have a favorite play or a moment that kind of sticks with you when it comes to the Bills?
Well, if you think of two of the games we covered this year, when you think of the Detroit game, certainly every moment was incredible. But to me, the one that always stands out is when they faced the Chiefs. There's always a moment in that game, whether it's from Josh or whether it's from Patrick. And that week specifically was from Josh Allen. That 4th and 2, that 26-yard run when they were up by 2 points, to take over and say, this is it, and to go for it and be aggressive and have that type of performance. I remember, I think Jim Nantz made the call and he said, this is the play of the season or something like that. And to us, it really was, because it really defined both of these two teams. And, that game is always so high up on our ranks when we when we go into a season. Certainly, we all look forward to it. A lot of eyeballs on it, and two of the top quarterbacks in the league. So to see Josh Allen do that in that moment, I walked away, and to me, that was like the epitome of him. That it just is a perfect example of Josh Allen this season.
Yeah. One last question for you, Tracy, of course. All eyes right now, wild card matchup, Bills, Broncos. What are your expectations? I mean, I know you've been covering the Broncos too. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I had the Broncos early in the year, and then I had the Broncos last week, and they're a much different team, and they're very confident, and they're not in it just to play. They don't feel like they've really secured anything yet, even though it's the first time they're in the playoffs, since Super Bowl 50. But for what Bo Nix has been doing, the confidence level, him and Sean Payton on the same page, and then you flip it to the other side of the ball, their defense is legit, leading the league in sacks. They bring a lot of pressure. They've got maybe the defensive player of the year in Patrick Surtain on the other side. I think this is going to be a really tough matchup. They've played in Buffalo before, maybe not this year, so that is going to be a big deal for Bo Nix going into that stadium. We know how that home field is, but I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. And the key is certainly, when you face a Buffalo team, you face Josh Allen, is you have to contain him. They have a guy like Nick Bonito who will be probably tasked with that job. So I'm interested to see that matchup between Denver's defense and Buffalo's offense. And then when you flip it around to see the confidence level that Bo Nix comes in and plays with, it should be a tremendous, tremendous matchup.
A great game in store, a lot to watch. Tracy Wolfson, thank you so much for taking the time. We will see you at One Bills Drive.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.